Okay, I was going to throw the starter onto this motor today, but I've come to the realization that neither of the starters I have will fit this. And I'm contemplating that it could be that this engine would have had a smaller flywheel than this, but this flywheel and these flywheels are both the same size, which is, I think, one or two of these came with these motors. I have a memory that the early Chevy starters mounted differently than the later ones, but I was thinking they bolted up to the back of the motor like they had bolts that came. This would be a round thing. The starter would stick in there and the bolts would go this way. That might have been pre-58, and I was thinking after 58 the starters would be the same. But these starters here, both of them, have the same issue. If you bring them up here, try to put them into place before you get them in far enough so that you get screws in them. This part here where it engages with the flywheel is already up against the flywheel before the screws will line up to go into it. Which makes me think, like I said, either maybe possibly these early engines, the starter bolts were such that they would have run a smaller flywheel. That looks like 3.5 inches. And that looks like about 3.5 inches. So that may be true that the like the 58 Chevy 283s had a smaller flywheel. See, I'm measuring this flywheel here. I'm coming up with it being about 14 inches. Well, I've got two flywheels here and there, both about 14 inches. They're both the same size, and they're both Chevys. They're both identical. So, I guess I need to go do some research, because I was thinking about going and looking online to possibly buy a different starter, but it may not be a different starter that's needed here. It may be a smaller flywheel. I need to go do some flywheel research or some starter research. Both of these starters fit the same way. They both have two bolts that go here, and this one has an arm on the front of it with a bolt that would also go up to here. My thinking was on this engine, I was just going to spin it over and check the compression. Now this is a 65 283, and I can already tell that it's been messed with a bit. It was supposedly running when it came out of the car, but I don't know if it necessarily means it's going to be anything special. I know I do have a 69 350 over there that is a good motor, meaning it's a good crank. The crank, main bearings, inserts, rod bearings, pistons, and everything are all good in it. It doesn't have a cam or a timing chain. It doesn't really have the kind of heads that I'd like to have on it, although I've got several heads that would work out pretty good on that motor or on this motor. Which gets us into the whole debate about, some people have talked about, or I have read about, people that put a set of power pack heads on a 350, and although they get an awful lot of low end power, you lose some top end. With this car going in the rat rod, with it geared the way it is, and with that 5-speed transmission, I don't need a lot of RPMs to get enough top end speed out of it. I also have, well, I won't even get into the head issue because I'm just trying to keep it simple. What I need to deal with today is the flywheel / starter issue. one of the things I might want to do is go ahead and pull that. Well, I'm gonna go inside and look on the computer and look at some flywheel stuff. If I can resolve what's going on first with this and what I would have to do to fix that. I'm gonna take it from there. Oh, the door. Okay, I went in the house, did a little bit of quick research, found out about what I was expecting is that Chevy made 2 different size flywheels and 2 different types of starters to work on them. Apparently I've got 2 starters that would fit on the small flywheel and none that'll fit on this. However, there's also these little, what they call the mini tech or mini starter, high torque, 3 horsepower starter things, and they're actually cheaper than a flywheel to get one of those, and they'll fit either one. So for less than 60 bucks, I just ordered up one of those. So I was gonna spin this over and check the compression on it. I'm gonna put that on hold, that I may go back to working on trying to get this harmonic balancer out of there.